First, I want to address an unintended consequence of this bill, because it's designed just to deal with crypto assets. But it will allow publicly traded companies to tokenize their equity securities and then circumvent SEC regulation, choosing instead to be regulated by the CFTC. So if you have an investment in Apple or General Motors, this bill means you don't get protected. Now let's look at the intended consequences. The scent of Sam Bankman-Fried still wafts in the air here in the Rayburn building. The criminal in fuzzy hair and shorts had one objective: keep the SEC out of cryptocurrency. Today, the crypto billionaire bros have the same objective, though they are attired more conventionally. And make no mistake, all the money, power, PACs, and lobbying is on their side, for they have made nearly $2 trillion they make money by literally making money. In contrast, there are no PACs and lobbyists in favor of effective tax enforcement, or preserving the ability to enforce our sanctions laws, or providing to the American families the thousands of dollars of benefit they get every year, each and every one, from the fact that the U.S. plays such a critical role as a reserve currency. Yes, it is true the United States also makes money by printing money. That benefit goes to the American people when we provide more services or when we tax them less. And the intent of the billionaire bros in crypto is to appropriate for themselves that literal money-making machine. The crypto world says it wants clear rules. I will have an amendment that will provide very clear rules. Provide SEC regulation. That's the effective regulation that Sam Bankman-Fried was here to prevent. Now, I know that some look at the Ripple case, a district court case out of New York, as somehow trimming the SEC's power under existing law. I'll point out that that opinion said half the time Bitcoin is a security, or XRP is a security, and half the time it isn't. That's half a win if it wasn't really kind of a ridiculous outcome. To say that XRP is a security sometimes, but the next day it isn't, is like saying that a cow is a cow if you buy it in a private sale, and is not a cow, but it becomes a camel if you sell it at auction. There is no securities law that says that the same item in the same week, conveying the same legal rights, can be a security on one day and not a security on the other. We are told that cryptocurrency is very innovative. Look at the incredible financial innovation of Enron and WorldCom, and reflect on the fact that I don't believe that Satoshi Nakamoto was innovative, but so was Charles Ponzi, and I think just as innovative. Just because something is new and hip does not mean that we should embrace it. So I would also point out that in this bill, a token issuer can defer enforcement during the registration process. The registration process can take years, and the ability of crypto criminals to steal money can be completed in days. So you can have an unregistered token, move to the Bahamas, be smart enough not to come back, and live as well for your lifetime as Sam Bankman-Fried did for a few weeks or a few months. So you can put me down as leaning against voting for this bill.
Would the gentleman yield?
I have a lot more to say.
I apologize. I thought you were wrapping up.
No. I'd also point out that the bill does not provide proper funding to either the SEC or the CFTC to enforce this bill. It does not give the SEC any extra territorial authority that it would need to protect Americans from Bahamas-based, Cayman Island-based organizations. The theme of this bill is to let you pick your regulator. If I ever get audited by the IRS, I'll tell them that I've picked the Cayman Islands Tax Authority to be my tax regulator, and that they alone should conduct the audit. Let's see if that is effective enforcement.
Gentleman's
I yield
time.
back.
First, I'll take 30 seconds to address the last amendment. I'll point out that maybe today you need to convert your crypto into dollars in order to buy a burger or a yacht or whatever, but the whole purpose of crypto is to be a currency. So as far as those engaged in tax fraud, bankruptcy fraud, et cetera, they're betting that when it comes time to buy a yacht, they'll be able to buy it in crypto and the banking system won't be involved. Second, we're told that, well, everything on the blockchain is public except for the names of the people doing it. If we did have ID'd wallets, I don't think the government should publish my social security number. My state does not publish my the number of my driver's license, and we shouldn't, and that information should be kept private. As to the idea that the government needs to do a better job of keeping private things private, yes, we do, but I don't think we abolish the U.S. government because it makes some mistakes or take it out of the enforcement of financial laws because there have been some data breaches. Now turning to my amendment. The crypto world says they want clarity. They don't. And the fact that this amendment won't pass will prove that. This bill is not going to provide clarity in its present form because it's going to go to the Senate and it's not going to pass. We have a chance today to provide clarity and to pass a bill through the House and the Senate. How do we provide that clarity? With this amendment, we simply say the Securities and Exchange Commission has jurisdiction. That's something Democrats can support. That's something Republicans should support. That's something the Senate will support. And as soon as it passes, the crypto industry will have clarity. Instead, the crypto industry wants us to pass this bill through the House, let it die in the Senate, and maybe years from now, they'll get what they want, which is clear, mild patina of regulation. But the crypto industry doesn't want clarity today because they will fight against this amendment. What is this? Again, with this amendment, we can get bipartisan support, we can get the administration on board, we can provide clarity, and we can provide the tough regulation that this industry needs. If there's any industry that needs tough regulation, and the tougher of the regulators, it's the crypto industry. Does a week go by when we don't see another indictment of a crypto criminal? I haven't experienced such a week in several years. So let us pass this amendment. Let us give the SEC clear jurisdiction over the industry. Let us provide that clarity, and we can do it now. Instead, we will pretend that this industry wants clarity when it doesn't. What they want is to do everything possible to keep the SEC out, to make sure we don't have strong regulation, to go with the weakest regulator we can, and they will keep fighting for that at the expense of having clarity, because they don't want clarity. They want a patina of regulation. So I don't want to hear the crypto industry complain that they don't have clarity. They can have clarity in 2 minutes. All they have to do is tell us they support this amendment. They'll then know that they're subject to the SEC rather than the CFTC, and this bill will actually become law. Instead, they will whine about how they don't have clarity when it's their damn fault, because they don't want clarity. They want a patina of regulation, and clarity with tough regulation is rejected by the industry. I yield back.